This is a brief video to show you some examples produced by your class this week. Please be aware that a lot of this work was generated fairly spontaneously and therefore has mistakes on it. It's not necessarily about the mistakes, but more about how these examples might help you take your next steps. The strength of this piece of work has to be the level of description. References to Chinese New Year and the lion that was there being very big, weather's mentioned, there are adjectives, there are intensifiers, there are things like manchmal, aber, a really good piece of work. Did yours include some of this? Another piece of work. Yes, again, there are some mistakes, mostly auxiliary verb mistakes, but a little bit more detail added. In the holidays I went with my mother to London, where we ate in McDonald's, the fact later on that it was Black Panther that you saw, sequencing words actually used in the middle of the sentence, so not dann sind wir nach Hause gefahren, but wir sind dann nach Hause gefahren, another strength. An accurate piece of work here, and again, evidence showing that this person can use time, manner, place, intensifiers, adding detail, and actually producing rather a nice piece of work. Well done. And an effort to actually include words here that have been looked up in the dictionary or researched. Some attempt at more complex structures, like when it was rainy, I played computer games. There's a lot of word order 2 here and also very accurate. Another nice piece of work here, some really nice expressions like VTOL, and the fact that this person actually looked up the fact that it was pancake day and we cooked pancakes works really well. Also evidence of time, manner, place. Another good piece of work, and also what I like about this one is starting to form paragraphs, something that perhaps you can consider. So again, words looked up like popcorn, played crazy golf, some use of nice adjectives. This person said that they remembered from a previous homework, the word später, on the, last Wednesday I did this, and then later on, meaning later on in that day. Yes, a good piece of work. Another very accurate piece of work, very well sequenced, a lot of word order 2, generally used very accurately. The use of intensifiers here, wirklich, the fact that they've said who they did the activities with, well done. Another good piece of work here does include a present tense paragraph. Not many people use the present tense. That's something that perhaps you could think about. And what I particularly like is here the fact that this person has said not just what they did, but they have used my mother and I. So they have shown that they can use different parts of the auxiliary verb. So not just ich habe gespielt, but meine Mutter und ich haben gespielt. And this piece of work shows some excellence with sequencing and use of word order, including word order 2. Another thing that I like actually is, again, there's evidence of present tense use here because my friends are very funny, including who you did activities with. The fact that here there was a repeated activity during the holidays, but it was done on Wednesday, on Thursday and on Friday, so he hasn't had to say it 3 times. So last slide will show you some of the things that I'm hoping to see in your work. Okay, so here is what I will be looking for. In addition to obviously good and accurate past tense, I'm looking perhaps for at least one instance of present tense, maybe saying that your friends are funny and that's why you went with them, or possibly saying I am always hungry when you say I went to McDonald's. So have a bit of a think about how you could include a present tense sentence. Of course, I'd like to see some use of word order 2, but not neglecting word order 1. Remember, after und, aber and den, you should be using word order 1. Think about showing you can do time, manner, place, saying who you did activities with. For word order 2, sequencing words are really helpful. So, dann habe ich meine Großmutter besucht. But don't forget, you can put some of those sequencing words after your auxiliary verb. Ich habe dann meine Oma besucht. Link words we've talked about. And maybe you could look up 1 or 2 words in the dictionary. No Google translating. I will know if you have done that. And what I really want more than anything else is some evidence that you have gone back and checked your work. The last thing that actually I should have put on this list is that you must give opinions. And see if you can give opinions in different ways. For example, ich fand, es war, es hat Spaß gemacht. And just on Friday, I taught you how to say, I thought that it was. Ich dachte, dass es toll war. Anyway, I look forward to reading your work on Friday.